Hi, Sonja here from Artwork by Sonja. I can show you an easy framing trick for a matted look that everyone can do from home. Sometimes you just want a quick and easy fix that looks sophisticated and professional without spending a lot of money. This tip is great for framing postcards, greeting cards, children's art, things that are odd shaped. Today, I am actually going to be framing a drawing from my childhood. And as you can see, this is not really a standard size and would require a custom cut mat if I was gonna go that route. But today I'm gonna be framing it with the look of a visual border, but we'll still be able to see the edges of my piece because the edges are actually part of the story of the history of this piece, which I'm delighted to be adding to my studio here. I'm using a store-bought frame, scrapbooking paper, and some glue dots. I will also need scissors and a pencil for this project. Because I really wanted my item to be the focus of this piece, I did go with an off-white linen paper and a grayish wood frame to go with the rest of my studio. But as you can see, while I was out, I also picked up some bright blue papers for another project. So get creative and pick the color that works best for your space. This tip is really great for protecting important pieces of art too, because scrapbook paper is usually acid-free. That's right, my insider art tip is that I use scrapbook paper for backing on all types of these projects. It comes in every color that you could wish for. You can buy one sheet at a time, and it usually costs about $1 or $2. Because it's intended to protect scrapbook photos, it's usually acid-free, but you can double check by just reading along the edge of the paper just to make sure. I like to put down a towel to protect my frame while I'm working. So you want to pull out the frame back and use this to trace the size of paper that you need to go in your frame. So I'm cheating, I'm using the 2 straight edges already. And so I just need to trace my line on these 2 sides and then use the scissors to cut it out. Okay, I have my paper cut out to the right size for my frame. And you want to lay it on a flat, clean surface. Also, you want to make sure your hands are clean when you're doing this part, because the next step is we're going to be mounting my item onto the paper, and I'm using glue dots for this. I'm applying glue dots to just the very, very edge because I want to minimally impact this artwork. So I just have one little one at the top and one little one at the bottom, just enough to keep it in place. Now I'm gonna eyeball mine into the center, but if you want to measure yours to make sure that it's equal distant all the way around, please feel free to measure. I'm the queen of eyeballing. If acid-free is important for your item, I recommend using acid-free tape or acid-free glue dots. I'm using these, which I picked up from the craft store. They're usually in the same scrapbooking section, usually an aisle or 2 over from the paper. If acid-free isn't a concern, go ahead and feel free to use just regular tape to mount your item to your scrapbook paper backing. Okay, it's all ready to go in the frame. So we just take this apart. I'm gonna save this and add it back in. This insert, you can do what you like with it. I'm not gonna reuse it for this purpose. This mat is a great little mat. I'm definitely gonna use this for another project, so that goes in my save box. I have my glue dotted little drawing all ready. It goes in here. This just helps prevent a little wiggling. You do wanna check which end is up. Put your frame together. Okay. So I paid $13 for this frame. I did have to go online to find this frame because sometimes square sizes are just hard to find. So I paid $13 for the frame. The scrapbook paper was 99 cents, and then the glue dots run about $4 or $5. So for about $18, we have an instant style upgrade and definitely a piece of art worth displaying. I've been using this technique since I watched my mom do it when I was a child. She was so resourceful at decorating on a budget, and she actually framed these two drawings the first time around to hang in my childhood bedroom 40 years ago. I love this tip for creating temporary art. This was my go-to for decorating my dorm room, and when I was a single mom decorating on a budget, this completely saved me. If it's a piece that you end up, not using after a year or two, you don't feel guilty that you spent all of this money on framing. And you can also reuse frames and do the same thing and change the inside. So it's all up to your imagination. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button or give it a thumbs up. If you have a question about today's tip, leave it in the comments below or contact me on my website at artworkbysonja.com.